One of the most discussed and often misunderstood topics in custody systems is shared parenting. Does it benefit children? Is it always appropriate? And what does the research actually say, beyond opinion? Hello, and welcome to the fourth episode here at the Center for Fatherhood Justice and Equity, CFJE, Justice in Custody, Stability for Children, Restoring Balance to Custody Systems, Policy, Research, Reform. Our topic for today is shared parenting and what the research actually shows. Shared parenting has become a central topic in discussions around custody frameworks. Across jurisdictions, researchers, policymakers, and legal professionals continue to examine how different parenting arrangements impact child outcomes. The Center for Fatherhood Justice and Equity approaches this topic through research, policy analysis, and structural clarity, with a focus on child stability. In this video, we examine what the research actually shows, where consensus exists, and where careful consideration is required. Let us start off by defining shared parenting. Let's dive right in. Shared parenting generally refers to arrangements where both parents maintain meaningful and ongoing involvement in a child's life following separation. This does not necessarily mean a strict 50-50 division of time. Rather, it emphasizes continued parental presence, active participation in upbringing, ongoing relational continuity. Different models exist along a spectrum, from balanced time-sharing to structured primary residence with significant secondary involvement. So, what exactly does research indicate? A substantial body of research in developmental psychology and family studies suggests that, where safe and appropriate, children benefit from maintaining strong relationships with both parents. Studies have associated shared parenting structures with improved emotional stability, stronger parent-child relationships, better academic outcomes, lower rates of behavioral challenges. These patterns have been observed across multiple studies and international contexts. However, it is important to interpret these findings carefully. Context does matter and is key. Research consistently emphasizes that outcomes depend on context. Shared parenting tends to be most beneficial when both parents are capable and engaged. Conflict levels are managed or low. The child's needs are central to decision-making. Stability and routine are maintained. In high conflict or unsafe environments, different arrangements may be necessary. The goal is not uniformity, it is appropriateness. Let's now cover some of the common misunderstandings when it comes to this particular arrangement. Shared parenting is sometimes misunderstood as a rigid formula. In reality, it is not a one-size-fits-all model. It does not eliminate the need for judicial evaluation. It does not override safety considerations. The discussion is not about mandating identical outcomes. It is about ensuring that meaningful parental involvement is considered within a structured framework. What are the structural implications? From a policy perspective, the discussion around shared parenting raises important structural questions. How should parental involvement be evaluated? How can systems support consistency across cases? How can research be integrated into legal standards? Some jurisdictions have explored presumptive frameworks that prioritize shared involvement, while still allowing flexibility based on circumstances. These approaches aim to balance structure with discretion. The key is child stability. Child stability as the core principle. Let's cover that area now. At the center of this discussion is child stability. This includes emotional security, consistent relationships, predictable routines, reduced exposure to prolonged conflict. Where shared parenting supports these outcomes, research suggests it can be beneficial. Where it does not, adjustments are necessary. The principle remains constant. The child's well-being is the priority. In summary, shared parenting is not a fixed formula. It is a framework that emphasizes continued parental involvement, evaluated within the context of each family's circumstances. Research suggests potential benefits, but outcomes depend on structure, context, and implementation. Understanding this distinction is essential for informed, balanced discussion. This channel examines custody systems through policy, research, and structural analysis. If you found this discussion helpful, subscribe to follow future content on custody frameworks and reform. Justice in custody, stability for children, restoring balance to custody systems, policy, research, reform. The Center for Fatherhood Justice and Equity is a nonpartisan public education initiative focused on advancing structural reform in custody systems. Through research-based analysis, policy discussion, and principled advocacy, CFJE works to restore balance, protect child stability, and strengthen the father-child bond within modern family law frameworks. CFJE is a public education initiative dedicated to policy discussion and research. It does not provide legal advice and does not represent clients. This channel provides research-based educational content on custody systems and structural reform. Again, it does not provide legal advice or representation. Thank you and stay safe. Till next time.